Hello and welcome to the 2021 Active Suffolk Awards. Active Suffolk have celebrated and awarded individuals, clubs and organisations across the county since 2006. Over the years, the awards have grown tremendously in excellence, stature and popularity, and this year is no exception. Before we get stuck into the ceremony, here are a few words from Gareth Davies, Director of Active Suffolk.
As the new Director of Active Suffolk, it's a huge privilege for me to welcome you all to the Active Suffolk Awards. Our excitement is of course tinged with a little disappointment that I can't greet you all personally, but we hope to be able to return to this as soon as we are able. Following an extraordinary 18 months, we are delighted once again to be hosting this event. But in order to bring you these awards digitally, it has taken significant coordination, and I'm delighted and grateful that Laura Beale of the Active Suffolk team has showed the tenacity and diligence to pull together all the moving parts to make this happen. Active Suffolk's vision is to increase physical activity levels across the county, and the example our nominees have set should inspire us all, whether currently active or inactive, to participate in sport and physical activity, not only for the benefits of our physical health, but also our mental well-being. These benefits should not be underestimated, and their importance has been brought into stark focus as a result of this pandemic. Yet despite the global pandemic, the quality of nominations has remained exceptionally high, and it is testament to the resolve of the athletes, coaches and clubs and the people of Suffolk to maintain this standard in the face of the limitations and restrictions that we have all had to endure. Finally, it leaves me to say that I wish all of you nominated the very best of luck. Your successes and commitment to your chosen field is something that you should be hugely proud of, just as the people of Suffolk are rightly proud of you. The skills and resilience that you have shown and demonstrated are an inspiration to us all, and we look forward to following your successes, regardless of where they may be in the future.
So without further ado, let's move on to the awards, and I'm joined now by my colleague Graham Mack.
First up, we have the Active Suffolk Active Primary School Award, which acknowledges a Suffolk primary school that's a positive example to other schools in the area. It celebrates a school that continually strives to improve skills, health and well-being and makes significant efforts to promote sport and physical activity opportunities. It's been a very tough decision for our judging panel this year, but here are the shortlisted nominations.
At St Greg's, we know that being physical and active brings the children a whole range of benefits, not just their physical health, but also their emotional health, their mental health and well-being, their resilience, their self-esteem, and just the fact that it's loads of fun too. So we try and provide as many opportunities as possible for them to take part in as much as possible. During lockdown, we organised indoor sports days for the children to do at home. We encouraged them to go out and enjoy the snow when it snowed. We encouraged them to take part in local initiatives like Keep Suffolk Moving. And we organised screen-free afternoons as well, so the children could get out and about and just enjoy nature and enjoy spending time with their families. When the children came back to school, the most important thing that we did was open up the school field for one class after school each day so that they could stay and play and enjoy each other's company. They weren't allowed to go to the parks together, so we brought the parks to them. Inside school, the Daily Mile is something that is firmly embedded in what we do to help keep the children as active as possible. We take part in all sorts of events like Running with Elliot or England Does the Daily Mile. We also, when the children came back, managed to have class sports days, field and track events, which the children really enjoyed. This year, we have brought in for a new PE scheme because we know that as teachers, we need to keep improving and keep upskilling ourselves. We've had assemblies for sports like fencing, and we've started to increase the range of clubs that we provide. I took part in the London Marathon, did it virtually, and we organised a fun run on that day. So the children, about 40 children came and crossed the finish line with me on the school field, and we had a school fun run, which was a wonderful thing. And part of what we're trying to do to promote sport and well-being across our community. We have a rule that if you're in year 5 or 6 and you want to take part in a sporting event and represent the school against other teams, then you can. We have forest school, we have residential trips. All of these took place despite the pandemic. We have governors linked to sports premium, mental health and well-being, and everything we do, we take seriously. We also use social media a lot. We like to record videos and messages to send to, for example, the Olympians, Euro 2020 footballers, and we receive a lot of national and local press coverage for that too. The children get so much from being active, and it filters across everything: their lives at school, their lives in the classroom, their lives in the playground, and their lives at home too. We know that and we value that, and we do all we can to support that.
When we came back to school in the September, I was looking for something that we could do with our staff and pupils, and 36 staff and Lola, our therapy dog, signed up for the 100 Miles for Suffolk Challenge. And then we looked to try and get the children involved, and this coincided with lockdown too, and it was a fabulous experience because we managed to get to Ipswich, Australia, over 10,000 miles away, with children and parents and families and communities going out walking, cycling, pogo sticking their way to Australia, and it was a brilliant challenge for everybody.
We are so proud to be shortlisted for these awards. It's so important for the children to be physical, not only for their physical well-being but also for their mental well-being, and we make sure that the children are physical absolutely every day that they are in school. So thank you for our shortlisting.
Hi, my name's Johnny Lee and I'm the PE and Sports Coordinator and a Key Stage 2 leader at Red Oak Primary School in Lowestoft, Suffolk. We're quite a big school, we've got about 500 children and we're very close to the seafront in the south of Lowestoft. It's been a really eventful year for PE and Sports at Red Oak. When the pandemic started, we had lots of disruption to children and their education, so we set up a family fitness project called the Red Oak Family Fitness Project, where children and family members would get medals for doing exercise sessions, which we filmed online, and doing healthy eating and mental and physical well-being tasks, and they would get bronze, silver and gold levels, a bit like the Duke of Edinburgh Award. And we had over 300 families taking part in those awards, winning hundreds of medals, including medals for toddlers and grandparents, foster parents and all sorts of family members, as well as our own students. We recorded weekly videos and they were a great success. We also got all of our students to take part in the virtual county games that were happening, which resulted in our school winning the Suffolk County Championships for getting the most points in the whole of the county, which our school was very proud of. And also we set up the Schools Against Racism project, which is a campaign where we want all schools in the UK and clubs to do much more to educate students against racism in society. And we set this up before Euro 2020, and Euro 2020 just highlighted why it's so important to educate young children about why racism is totally unacceptable, not just on a sports field but in society. Our school's been creating many videos about Schools Against Racism, where children display their football skills with their family members and hold up anti-racism signs, and this is spread around the country to different schools and sports clubs, and we have the backing of the Suffolk FA and the Norfolk FA, as well as many professional footballers. We were also the first school in Suffolk to reintroduce competitive face-to-face sports after a 15-month ban on face-to-face sports. And from between Easter and July, we organised 18 COVID-safe face-to-face sports events, including events for children with special educational needs. And this year, we've organised 40 sports tournaments to take place, and many of them have already taken place from September up to now. And we've also partnered with Ipswich Town Football Club to help improve sports in North Suffolk, and we're working with Ipswich to organise 16 sports tournaments this year that will be hosted at our school for other schools to attend, where many children will be scouted by the Ipswich football team.
And the winner of the Active Suffolk Active Primary School Award is Red Oak Primary School in Lowestoft.
Congratulations to Red Oak Primary School. Your work to encourage physical activity and health in your school is really inspiring and obviously impressed the judges. In particular, your work to keep pupils active during the pandemic was remarkable. In my role, it's fantastic to see the work that goes on in primary schools to encourage pupils to be active, and the benefits not only to the pupils but to the whole school community. This was also evident in our runner-up schools, St Gregory and Ipswich Prep School, making it a tough decision for our judges. Well done, and keep up the good work supporting pupils to be active in Suffolk.
Moving on, we will now announce the winner of the Bosch Young Inspiring Sportsperson Award. Now, given the calibre of sporting talent we have in Suffolk, this is always a very difficult decision for the judges. However, this year's winner has excelled throughout the year and it's clear they have a very bright future ahead of them. Despite the cancelled season due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this dedicated young person came back to exceed expectations when she returned to competitions in 2020 after committing to an adapted training regime during the lockdowns. Not only did she qualify and represent Suffolk last year, she also went on to compete in her first international under-17s event and is now ranked third in the country in her discipline. It's said that her school peers spectate in awe, so it's no wonder she was selected for this prestigious award as the Young Inspiring Sportsperson 2021. This year's winner is none other than Millie King. Let's find out a little bit more about the star's success over the last year.
I'm Millie King, I'm 16 and I run for Ipswich Harriers. My main event is the 200 metres. I've been a member of the Ipswich Harriers since I was about 10 or 11, but I started running for like Suffolk and just Ipswich when I was probably about 8. This year's probably my most successful year. I've run for England twice, one for the under-20s at the Manchester International where I placed third in the 200 metres and England won the relay. I became national champion in the 200 metres. I won SIAB, which is Schools International, for England. Weekly I'm at the track twice, on a Tuesday and Thursday for around an hour and a half, and then on the weekends I tend to go to the gym and do another session at a park for about an hour again. It's definitely boosted my confidence a lot, and I've made so many connections with different people, different age groups, and it's brought me out of my shell a lot more, and I've become more confident talking to different people. Going forward, obviously with running for England, the next step probably is Great Britain, but we'll just have to wait and see, and if I keep training then who knows, might work out.
First of all, many thanks to Active Suffolk for allowing Bosch Lawn and Garden to sponsor the Young Inspirational Sportsperson of the Year Award 2021. This category means a lot to me, as the personality traits of passion, drive, enthusiasm and motivation seen in a successful young sportsperson are exactly the traits that we look for when developing future high-performance associates within our own company. The winner of the category, Millie King, epitomises those traits in abundance, while showing humility and still achieving to strongly represent Suffolk in her chosen field, attaining the number 3 position in the country. Congratulations, Millie, from all here at Bosch Lawn and Garden in achieving the award, and all the very best for your future success. Well done.
This award gives recognition to a volunteer in the community who is passionate about the benefits of physical activity, movement and sport, and who has had a positive impact on their local community. The shortlisted nominations from the Crescent Active Advocate Award are...
Well, I've been volunteering since about 1986 with Hadley Hares junior section, helping young children develop and getting to do the right thing in life by joining a club, exercising, basically learning what competition is all about, enjoying themselves, keeping fit. I was 64 and 2 months and I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and I was told, like I say, I had only 6 months to live, and I said, no, you're all invited to my 70th. And they said, Mr. Wilkinson, I don't think you realise how ill you are. And I said, I don't feel ill, I've got a pain. And it was because it manifested to my chest wall. But I had 11 months of harsh chemo, and at the end of it, I decided I felt well enough to actually go back to see Hadley Hares and say, are you looking for any help up there? And they said, well, we're always looking for volunteers to come up and help. So I said, well, I feel well enough to actually give something back, and I want to help anybody or train anybody, or if I can help in any way, then I'm there. And I always said that if ever I trained anybody, I would never ever accept a penny. And I did it out of the kindness of my heart, and that's what I shall continue to do till I finish. I just, if you can't give something back to society, then for me it's that's what I do. That's what I am.
I done for the lockdown is I learned all the hard verbal skills with my wife. She helped me for the lockdown. She taught me a lot. I to show the people how I done this in lockdown to give you guys how chance to do some as well as. But it's more important to me because I want to learn all the different things like different skills or drills. Like Craig, he teach me as a goalkeeping that I really enjoyed.
And our winner is Gavin Harvey.
Hello, my name is Stuart Fitzpatrick. I'm the Managing Director of Crescent Graphic Communication in Ipswich, Suffolk. We are the proud sponsor of this year's Active Advocate Award and are delighted that the winner of this award is Gavin Harvey for his dedicated, inspirational volunteering in respect of his football team, the What's Up Disability Club. Well done, Gavin.
Many congratulations then to Gavin, and well done to everyone who volunteers across our county. Our next Active Advocate Award is sponsored by the Chartered Institute for the Management of Sport and Physical Activity, and this one rewards and recognises professionals who are passionate about physical activity and also the benefits this has on the individuals or communities they work with. There were a variety of nominations received in this category, ranging from health professionals who are actively promoting movement to their patients, right through to those working within the sports and leisure sector who have gone above and beyond their professional role. Let's check out the finalists.
So I'm Jodie Busworth. I'm one of the community cardiac rehabilitation nurse specialists. And my colleague Matt Lavers, I'm afraid he couldn't join me on this recording because he's actually true to form. He's actually providing some exercise for some other NHS staff at the West Suffolk Hospital. But we're part of the small team of the West Suffolk Community Cardiac Rehab team. So we provide exercise and support for patients after basically any cardiac event after they've been discharged home from hospital. So we'll see people from the age of 17 upwards. So we're in quite a privileged position to be able to help such a variety of people getting back to where they want to be after they've had an event. So as part of the cardiac rehab programme, once we've kind of happy that patients are progressing, once they've sort of been discharged home and that, we'll once we've done risk factor management and their clinical assessments and that, we try and get them quite quickly onto the physical activity phase of their programme. Which is facilitated by Matt, our cardiac specialist exercise instructor. And between us, we'll see patients in clinic, we'll do some initial submaximal exercise tests, whether that'll be a walking test or a step test, just to set a baseline level of ability. And then we can use that as a way of prescribing exercise for them, and we very much individualise things. So we're happy to see, like I say, patients from 17 upwards. So we'll see a variety of different levels of fitness and different levels of abilities. And we see a variety of people with different disabilities as well. So we'll offer chair-based exercise or assisted standing, right the way through to a full circuit. During the COVID period, obviously, as we went into lockdown, when it was sort of all seemed to happen overnight, all of a sudden we had a group of patients that we were worried about, that we felt that, you know, they were all of a sudden going to be losing out on their cardiac rehab programs. And, you know, when someone's been discharged home after a cardiac event, it can be a shock event, and they lose their confidence so quickly. So to add COVID into the mix, which was unsettling for all of us, was something that we were particularly worried by. So as a team, as a collective, we were quite quick to try and set something up that we could offer remotely, that would then enable our patients to carry on being as active as possible whilst safely doing so at home. So we were able to then sort of start recording. It's ended up a few late night sessions, the blooper reel you don't want to see, but we ended up recording quite a few videos that offered what we could offer as a circuit program that we could then progress patients through remotely. And we were able to record those onto DVDs, and we also launched them onto YouTube using the West Suffolk Hospital YouTube channel. as well, just to be able to offer something to our patients to keep them going and to keep them exercising safely as well, which was obviously the main sort of importance to us.
Hi, Paul Warner here from the Personal Training Centre Suffolk. COVID hit us all hard last year, so we as a business decided to do something about it. So we rebranded and opened up a brand new bespoke personal training centre, 3 times the size of the last one. Targeting people from all ages, all abilities, and especially those with anxiety and depression, so we can help those out. We've now got in our office as well, Sue from the Prix Program, who's our wellness and mental health coach. We've also collaborated with Scott from Edge Physio, so you have a lovely little triangle of wellness there, and we're creating some exciting workshops moving forward to help everyone out in Suffolk. We've invested in lots of new equipment through savings and through government grants and help, which has been amazing. We can't thank them enough for that. We're really excited on moving forward and keeping on developing the centre, using lots of innovation, new technologies. So we're using virtual reality, and we're also using blaze pods, reaction speed awareness, with cognitive and neurological issues.
Hi, I'm Wallace, and in lockdown I worked with Abbeycroft Leisure to create a variety of online classes. These classes were free and they're available for our members and the wider community. As an instructor, I'm very aware people come to the gym and classes for many different reasons. For their social life, for their friendship groups, to get fitter, stronger and healthier, to improve their mental health and their well-being. When the classes came to my house and I was filming them, it was really important that I included and encompassed all those different things. When I started teaching, I actively told people, find me on Facebook, find me on social media, contact me, tell me what you want me to do. Give me song requests, tell me what you've been up to, give me a challenge. So I could put all those things in my classes every single day. Together as a team, I hope we worked through it, and I hope I gave them a little bit of sunshine each day. I sang to them, I danced for them, my dog pinned me to the floor and licked my face when I was doing abs with them. They saw my daughter dance in the background. So even though we weren't actually physically together, we were still together, working as a team, just a little bit further apart than normal. In lockdown, they helped me every single day. Get up, reply to messages, film something new for them, interact with them, and I hope I helped them too by just giving them a little bit of my house. Thank you.
And our winner is Paul Warner.
Hello and congratulations to you, Paul, the winner of the Active Advocate Award that Simpson's proudly sponsored. It's been absolutely fantastic to hear how you've supported your local community in getting back into sport and physical activity and those that have struggled with their mental health issues during the pandemic. I think it's absolutely fantastic what you've achieved and you should be very proud. So once again, a huge congratulations to you from everyone here at Simsbury. Thank you.
Good community spirit is demonstrated right across our county and is something that has been even more apparent over the last 18 months. Whilst our leisure operators, gyms and community centres were forced to close their doors, access to sport and physical activity was indeed restricted. However, our finalists in the My Active Community Award category, sponsored by East Suffolk Council, have all been recognised for their tremendous efforts to ensure communities across our county remain or return safely to physical activity. Let's bring you the nominees.
Hello, my name's Ezra Hewing. I'm Head of Education at Suffolk Mind, and we're thrilled and very honoured to be shortlisted and nominated for an Active Community Award. We were approached by Public Health to see whether we could work with them to encourage very small people to become more physically active, to support their mental health, both as children and into later life when they become teenagers and then when they become adults. And the idea that had really gripped Public Health was something that we talk about during our training, which is the importance of movement and how if we don't move the brain, then we lose the brain. And we talk about sea squirts that eat their own brains if they stop moving. And that idea and Public Health approaching us led to the creation of this book here, Sammy the Sea Squirt, which has been beautifully illustrated by Emma Graham. And it tells tells the story of Sammy the Sea Squirt's journey and the creatures that he meets along the way that talk to him about the importance of movement and physical activity to protect your brain, and also includes advice for parents that want to encourage their children to be more physically active. We worked with a number of agencies and generous donors to raise the money to make sure that every reception-aged child in school across Suffolk gets a copy of this in their book bag that they can take home and read with their parents. We've received loads of messages from parents, both who've got the book through their book bag, but also who've picked up copies at the library and have been able to sit down and share the importance of movement and physical activity for mental health with their children through reading Sammy the Sea Squirt. So again, thank you very much on behalf of Suffolk Mind for nominating us for an Active Community Award. And we hope that you too have the opportunity to enjoy reading Sammy the Sea Squirt and investing in the physical and mental health of children in Suffolk for the foreseeable future. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrew McPherson. I'm the chairman of the Coddenham Centre Charitable Incorporated organisation. The centre, as you can see, has been here since 2004 when it was opened by Princess Anne, and we came to run the centre from the end of 2019 when the local parish council asked us to take on the project. So we're very proud to be part of this community, and I myself as a resident and my fellow trustees are likewise. So we've, since 2019 of course, a few things have happened. When we were preparing the risk assessment for the business here, we of course didn't factor in a global pandemic. So we've had a pretty exciting and turbulent time, as indeed similar premises and organisations have had throughout the country, if not the world. But more exciting is that what we've not only survived at the Coddenham Centre, but we thrived. And certainly in the last year, despite lockdown, we've continued, when precautions and government guidance allowed us to remain open almost throughout the period, providing something for our community whenever possible. You can see around here there's fantastic open air spaces, so we've been able to use those and capitalise on them. We have an outdoor gym, a recreation ground, tennis courts, badminton facilities, and a range of walks to support our community as it stands. So what do we do here? Well, we have nearly 20 activities operating here despite pandemic demands. From the very youngest, our mother and toddlers groups and baby century, right through to our Nordic Walking teams running a stroll with poles for more senior members of the community who might find things a bit strenuous. So, as by list, we have Pilates, yoga, tennis, indoor tennis, bowls, we have a big bowling green here, and of course Nordic Walking as well. The Suffolk School of Nordic Walking was established with the help of the Fit Villages project by Active Suffolk, and it's grown from strength to strength. And during this last year, we've been proud to work with the NHS in providing Nordic Walking facilities to cancer patients. We also have circuit training, Tybo, which is a form of boxercise, and our indoor carpet bowls team grows from strength to strength. We also provide facilities for other clubs across the area. The unique aspect of the Coddenham Centre is that it's a voluntary organisation, it's a charitable organisation, and of course it depends on its community to keep it going. And we've had tremendous support from our community in Coddenham and the surrounding areas, and our volunteers who work so hard with us on a day-to-day basis.
Good morning, welcome to Kesgrave Junior Park Run. We're part of the core team that are here most weeks, trying to make sure that we provide a nice run for all of the local children from far and wide. It's a 2 kilometre timed run. It's not competitive, it's about having fun and getting the kids out from 4 years old up to 14 years old to have a really lovely start to their Sunday morning. We have lots of volunteers for all the parents, and it's something that we all feel very passionately about. It was started 5 years ago, and it was started by Linda, who has been fantastic throughout and has brought all of us on board as part of the core team. I'll let Linda tell you a bit about the difference it's made to the local community.
So locally we have quite a few of the feeder primary schools. It does mean that actually they get to come here and they get a really nice gentle introduction into taking part in sports, and it helps them to build up their confidence when they are taking part for things like sports days. It means that they are a little bit more confident in taking up a whole range of sports. They have a nice baseline with their running, but then they go on and take part in lots of various different activities that are put on around and about. It also means that they know each other before they even get to the high school, which is really lovely. All of them come together not really knowing each other, and they make those little pocket friendships, and it means that actually it's not quite so daunting when they get up to big school in the area. By the time they hit high school, obviously they then go into big sports, and they have a massive sports day over at the local high school, which is fantastic. And we hear some really positive feedback on how they've got on once they get up there and all of the things that they then take part in.
And the winner is Kesgrave Junior Park Run.
Congratulations to the winners, Kesgrave Junior Park Run, taking part in the My Active Community Awards. Thank you very much. It's been fantastic that communities are working together. It's so important to take part in physical exercise. It's really good for our mental health and well-being. Well done. Congratulations.
Active Suffolk are passionate about supporting all people in Suffolk to be more active, regardless of background, ability, age or long-term conditions or disability. This next award recognises an individual in the community who has managed to be physically active despite challenges, acting as a role model for others across the county as well. The finalists for the Active Change Award, sponsored by Ipswich Borough Council, are...
Hi, my name is Matthew Carl Applegate and I run the Creative Computing Club. During lockdown, I kind of took it upon myself to try and lose some weight. I noticed early on in lockdown, I was just sitting down in front of a computer screen teaching my students, and I wasn't doing anything very physically active. Normally I'm running around the room, I'm answering questions, helping students with code, but I became very, very sedentary. I put on a lot of weight. I think I got up to around 134 kilograms at the very beginning. And it really had a massive impact on me in terms of my confidence and general, health. So early on, I was, stuck in a computer lab. I decided to learn about things like mobility and moving around. So I started walking around the computers to begin with, because I was so big and needed to kind of lose a bit of weight. So I started walking around the computers for 10 minutes at a time, slowly built up to 15, 20, 30 minutes at a time. If I was, making a cup of tea, I would walk around the room when I was making a cup of tea. I actually had to lose weight to be able to be within the weight restrictions to get onto a home treadmill. I had to get down to 120 kilograms. So I kind of decided to set up a thing called Tech Walk to encourage people to get out and about, get mobile, maybe talk to a few other people about nutrition, talk to a few other people about exercise, and get their confidence up and just get them moving, because they're in a sedentary lifestyle sitting behind a computer. We essentially meet up on the docks, walk up the docks to the Cult Bar Cafe, and then walk back. And that's usually enough time to have a few good, interesting conversations, network a bit with the local tech community, and just get more mobile, encourage them to get out and about. We even, now suggest to other people who come, oh, have you gone on this walk? Have you gone down to Pin Mill? Have you gone down to all these other nice places in Suffolk to go out for a walk? Because, walking helps clear your mind, it helps allow you to think about things differently, and it's a good starter, a good kind of entry point into the world of exercise and fitness.
Isaac is 9 years old. He was born with a rare liver disease, biliary atresia. At 8 months old, he needed a liver transplant. This means he is now immune suppressed and needs medication daily to stop rejection. He's been in and out of hospital most of his life. However, this has given him a second chance at life and has enabled him to compete in 5 British Transplant Games, winning gold, silver and bronze medals.
3 years ago, he started playing football for his local team, Chantry Grasshoppers in Ipswich. He also has autism and learning difficulties, which means he finds social situations difficult and learns differently to other children. This does not stop him doing what he loves. He goes to training and games every week, no matter how he feels, and overcomes his fears.
Football is an inclusive sport, and with Isaac's help, talking to people about organ donation and autism, this has helped people like him for who he is and understand him and his conditions better, enabling other children with autism to join and be accepted. Isaac has and continues to show that despite his health condition, autism, and giving people a better understanding that anything is possible, and football is and should continue to be an inclusive for all.
Yeah, my name's Emma Goodrich-Hobson. I'm 45, I'm mum of 2, and I'm an ostomate, so I've got a ileostomy. When I had my son, when I was 40, I was quite poorly, and 2 weeks after I had him, I was admitted to hospital for several weeks, and I lost a lot of weight. I was really poorly, and then they realised that I had Crohn's disease, and it was time to take out a large part of my intestines and give me a bag. So I've got one of these, and it's there for life because they can't reverse it. And it's a way now that if you don't know what one is, instead of going to the toilet like normal people do, everything goes into the bag, the waste goes into the bag. So it's there forever. I have a bag on me all the time. But it does mean that I can function and I can do things, whereas I couldn't before because I was so poorly. My life has just changed so dramatically. I had my surgery in the March of 2018, and my daughter started school in the September, my eldest daughter, and I decided that that was the day I was going to start to do Couch to 5K, and it was horrendous. It was so tough, but I decided that because I had lost so much weight, and also I'd been quite close to not being here the following day, as it were, I decided that I had to take the opportunity and start again. So I decided that I was going to start taking the opportunity of the weight that I'd lost and becoming fit, my daughter being at school, so I had a little bit more time during the day. And it started with Couch to 5K, and then it went to park run, and then it went to half marathons, then it went to triathlon, and then it went to marathons, and now marathons, ultra marathons are on the way, and I'm also a cold water swimmer, open water swimmer.
And our winner of this one is Matthew Applegate.
I'm Andy Wilde-Smith, Operations Manager for Sport and Leisure at Ipswich Borough Council, and we're really proud to sponsor the Active Change Award. It's a really great award, some really inspiring stories, and we want to say a massive congratulations to Matthew on successfully winning this award. His story is fantastic. He does so much great work in the local community, and personally his story has been absolutely amazing. So really well done, Matthew, and all the best.
From one inspirational person to another, this time we celebrate a local sporting star who's been recognised for phenomenal achievements over the last few seasons. This individual has had an outstanding campaign and continues to be recognised for her performance, winning the National Player of the Year award for the second year in a row back in May 2021. Her incredible accolades to date and soaring stats have now seen her secure a professional contract. She's been selected to compete with a team in France. She's inspired many of the young girls in the junior team. She's proved to them that dreams can come true if you work hard and stay focused. This year's Inspiring Sportsperson Award, sponsored by Haversport, goes to Harriet Wellen.
Congratulations to Harriet Wellen, the recipient of this year's Inspiring Sportsperson Award. Harriet has proven herself to be an excellent athlete, consistently achieving record-setting statistics in basketball to see her awarded a professional career in the sport. Harriet has also helped young people to take up the sport with mentoring and support, helping them to realise the important role that sport has to play in society. At Haver Sports, we also believe in the importance of sport and encouraging people of all ages and abilities to take part. If you share this passion providing sport in our community while raising money for local charities, then please get in touch so that we can realise this ambition together.
Without a committed workforce within the sport and leisure sector, the people of Suffolk would not have the opportunities to be active. The next two awards celebrate our local workforce by giving acknowledgement to the clubs and coaches who work tirelessly every day to keep the county active. The last 18 months have been particularly challenging for our workforce, where they've been required to adapt and overcome the challenges we've faced as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. First up is the Active Coach Award, sponsored by Everyone Active, and here are the finalists.
Hi, I'm Emily Wharton, head coach here at Wharton Tennis Club. The last 18 months have been really challenging, and it's great that I've been recognised for the work that I've done to open up tennis here at Wharton Tennis Club. The pandemic has meant that people in the local community have been cut off from their families, friends and loved ones and experienced loneliness. So when we were able to reopen and get back onto court, it was important that we were able to open up tennis opportunities for everybody. At the beginning of the year, we embedded the new Lta Youth Program, which is the LTA's new junior program, into our own coaching program here at Wharton. We've introduced a parent and toddler session on a Thursday morning, which allows mums, dads, grandparents to bring their toddler along, that they can take part in a cardio tennis session and get a good workout, while their toddler can take part in our Lta Youth Blue session. Our Girls on Court program encourages girls to take part in sport. We have weekly girls cardio tennis sessions at the club, and this continues to grow. Our adult coaching program now includes 2 weekly adult improver sessions, and these are fully booked. We also have 2 weekly cardio tennis sessions. This year, I've also wanted to make our program more inclusive. We've introduced walking tennis, which is tennis at a slower pace and is more suited to players of an older age. This has really helped players who have experienced loneliness through the pandemic. They can come along and take part in a walking tennis session where they can meet other people, socialise, which really boosts their mental well-being and physical activity. I've made a link with a local charity organisation that works with adults with learning disabilities, and we now offer a weekly disability session for their clients. The disability session has really helped grow the confidence of those adults coming to the sessions. They're learning a new skill, coming to a new venue, a new environment, and it's all helping with their development. We now have our first wheelchair tennis player here at Wharton, and we're also working with individuals with other learning disabilities. I also want to keep developing our own workforce here at Wharton Tennis Club, so I actively encourage the older juniors to take part in Tennis Leaders Awards, complete their Level 1 and Level 2 coaching qualifications, and give them opportunities to gain experience becoming a coach here at Wharton. A completely different initiative that I feel extremely proud of is the Suffolk Tennis Grand Prix, a collaboration with myself and other coaches in Suffolk to create a competitive environment that is fun for beginner and improving players, to bridge the gap between LTA formal competitions and playing competitions within a club environment. This has seen over 240 players competing in its first year. Being a coach means I get to pass on my passion to other people and inspire them to play the game that I love, whether they aspire to be a social tennis player, or whether they would like to go on to further things and compete at a higher level. This year, it's been my mission to open up tennis here at Wharton Tennis Club. And yes, we still have more to do, but we've got good foundations that we can keep building on into next year.
Hello, my name is Coach John and I run Little Kickers Academy. It's been going for 6.5 years now and isn't associated with any kind of franchise. I deliver sessions to over 200 children a week, delivering 18 group sessions, and they are for children aged 2 to 10 years old. I also deliver one-to-one sessions for children aged 5 and upwards. I would like to think I'm that coach who is so passionate about delivering sessions, making children laugh, learning through fun and games, and making them feel part of a team without any added stress or pressure. My ethos is that I'm here to develop the children as a footballer and as a person. By doing this, there's so many rewards. whether it's helping the children get over anxiety and confidence issues, whether they're coming to me for the first time because they haven't kicked the ball and they can't get into any teams, and also the children that have just signed their first contracts at Norwich City. I love being able to impact so many children's lives. That's why I choose to go into schools and surprise them as a mystery reader, which they absolutely love and adore. I also, over lockdown, sent over 350 video messages personalised to each child to make them feel that they're looked after and to know that Coach John is here supporting them if they need anything.
So, my name is Clem Turner, and I've got two hats really. One is this organisation, the Caribbean and African Health Support Forum, which our remit is all around health and well-being, within the African Caribbean communities. And my second hat is based around the Unity Football Club. What we find, what I've discovered since I've been coaching boys whose first language isn't English, is that as coaches, coaching the normal football team, if you like, then you give a player instruction to take out into the football field, and one of the last things you normally say, do you understand what I'm saying to you? And everybody will say yes, and you expect them to carry out those tasks that they're given. If you look at refugee asylum seekers, boys whose first language isn't English, and you're giving them instructions, and you said, do you understand? They're going to tell you yes, like everybody else. But what we've learned is when they go out on the football pitch, the terminology that we use as coaches, they really don't understand none of that. So, it's like teaching 6-year-olds to play football again. Because, you'll say, do you understand? And then they said yes. And when you shout at them on the pitch, they'll put their hands up and smile at you because they really don't know what you're talking about. So one of the things that we've done this season, we've addressed this season, is introduce to the football club an English language program, which was being delivered by a guy called Stephen Swift. The program's absolute. We've just finished it. It's just been finished. We've done a 14-week course on that. And basically, it's just to get the boys to understand the terminology that we as coaches use and what they actually means. What that gives them, is the different, again, the different background, people from a different background, whether they're English, Irish, Jamaican, whatever, and that gives them the opportunity to learn a little bit about the different cultures, the different beliefs, if you like, And once they're a football, they're all one anyhow, And the camaraderie is absolutely, it's first class,
And the winner of the Active Coach Award, sponsored by Everyone Active, is John Allett.
Well done, John. Congratulations on winning the Active Coach Award. Coaches are really important and can have a huge impact on the young people they coach and their future lives. You not only received more than 35 nominations, but the content of these showed that you are having a fantastic positive effect on the young people you are coaching. You are not only teaching them football skills, but time and again, parents referred to the way you have helped to develop their children's confidence. You have encouraged their personal development, making them feel proud of their achievements, however big or small. Well done, John, for being such an inspirational coach.
Next up is the Active Club Award, sponsored by Abbeycroft Leisure. This award will go to a sports club or a community venue where sport and physical activity is at the core of what they do. The winning club will have clearly demonstrated ways in which they've supported their community to participate in sport and physical activity at varying levels of experience and ability. This is always a popular category, making it a very difficult decision for the judging panel. But this year's finalists are...
My name's Emma. I'm the founder of I Can Run. It's a women's only running club. I set it up in 2016, so we've been going for 5 years, and in 2019 we became a community interest company, a social enterprise. So everything we do goes straight back into the community. Our women are of all ages, all sizes, all backgrounds, and really enjoy coming together to have a weekly run every week. We also run our beginner sessions, which are a little bit different because they're not based on the Couch to 5K, which is the normal beginners thing. We use a thing called Jeffing, which is a running method devised by Jeff Galloway, which is short intervals of running and walking, which makes it really achievable for people of all ages and all sizes. So we have some really great groups going on in Ipswich, Bury St Edmunds and Felixstowe at the moment.
Kesgrave Cruisers are a family-friendly running club with membership from Kesgrave and the surrounding areas. During lockdown, we innovated to keep our community active and engaged while following the government guidelines.
We had our members run a mile in their gardens and spell their name from street signs. We raised money for charity and replaced cancelled races with 11 local routes. These awarded medals and got people out exploring. We organised members into teams and completed 2 socially distanced challenge series. Events ranged from time trials to running at a steady pace. This culminated in a team virtual marathon and a handicap relay when restrictions were relaxed. We launched a booking system and advised other local clubs on best practice. This enabled our club sessions to resume as soon as possible. We are now helping people learn or return to running with our coach-led training groups. And we're back to training several times a week, from glorious summer through to the cold and dark winter.
Hi, my name is Richard and I'm the chairperson of Lta Youth Football Club. Over the last 12 months, COVID has thrown its fair shares of problems at everybody. Us as a club, we've had to adhere to new rules, changing rules, and also obviously some leagues, etc., having cancelled leagues due to the restrictions placed upon them. It's meant that us as a club have had to go above and beyond really to provide football for the youths. We've done this in a number of ways, both increasing the number of training sessions we've offered, organising our own mini leagues and tournaments, and also opening up to the community through our open training programme that we run each year. That had a really successful impact, and we had over 200 children attend that. Now the member numbers of the club have grown to about 180, which is spread across our 11 teams from under 6 all the way up to under 16s. This isn't possible without the fleet of volunteers that we have, and we look to continue this success in the future.
Hi there, my name is Fran and I am the manager here at Suffolk Access, a charity for adults with physical and or sensory disabilities. We are delighted to have been nominated for the 2021 Active Club Award. Our members have always experienced a regular programme of sporting activities, participating at club and with those from other organisations. Following our return in April after lockdown, it was important to be able to continue with our active sessions, as these are vital to our members' physical, mental health and well-being. I also have to mention they are a very competitive bunch. Members have enjoyed their regular keep fit and seated exercise sessions with our personal trainer, practiced their boccia skills and attended a tournament in Ipswich where we came together with other organisations and showed off our boccia skills. We had a great time, coming third overall. This was a wonderful achievement. Curling has also been a regular and popular activity on our timetable. It is great to see the benefits, fun and pleasure gained by our members being involved in these sporting events.
And the winner of the Active Club Award, sponsored by Abbeycroft Leisure, is the Lakenheath Youth Football Club.
Congratulations to Lakenheath Youth Football Club on their special award. It's an outstanding achievement and I wish them all the very best. Sports clubs play a really important role in their local community, and Lakenheath Youth Football Club are no exception to this. We wish them all the best for the future and hope they will continue to thrive.
As always, Active Suffolk have had an overwhelming response to this year's Active Suffolk Awards. The standard of talent, dedication and commitment to supporting our county to be active and more has been exceptional as ever.
Thank you for taking the time to nominate, and please do help us to continue celebrating those who've been mentioned today.
And remember, if you're helping us to spread the word on social media, which I trust you are, do use the hashtag ASA Suffolk 21. Thank you very much indeed for watching. We hope to see you again next year.